Hello, welcome into Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast. We're doing our Superman movie review today. James Gunn starts off the DC universe, very first live-action movie. We did have Creatures Commando before this, but big movie. DC starting off a new live-action franchise, and we got the whole crew to review it. Me, Jeremy, we got Caleb, we got David, and we are at Why So Sidious Pod. So check us out on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And you'll find a lot of different videos on there. We just dropped a non-spoiler review for Superman, about a 10-minute long episode for those who haven't seen it, because we saw it early. Thank you, Amazon. That was pretty awesome. So, yeah, let's just jump right into it. We're going to talk about our overall thoughts and get into the characters, and then cameos, and then kind of the future DCU implications. Overall thoughts, Dave, Superman.
Overall thoughts. I came out of it not blown away. It was hit and miss for me. I think with my expectations, I went into there. I really thought that this, especially after the last trailer, I was riding pretty high. Like, I really think this movie is going to be like an all timer for me. And it didn't end up being that for me. I thought it was a little predictable. Which again, that it is common for superhero movies, but I think that was just part of it. It felt a little predictable. I felt like I just really don't care much for Superman and his supporting cast. I just don't really think I care about the Superman lore. And I think Man of Steel really grabbed me because it was edgy and it wasn't quite fitting to the Superman aura and the vibe that the Superman fans have. And I think this one probably nailed it. If the feel and everything goes for Superman, I think they probably knocked it out of the park, but I just don't think I'm that interested. So more positives than negatives. I overall enjoyed it, but I just think it just didn't blow me away much. I think I'd give Man of Steel. Well, we'll get into that later.
Whoa, these. The movie really grew on me. I think there's more positives than negatives for sure. But yeah, like I said in the non-spoiler one, the first act was too fast-paced. It was almost Rise of Skywalker vibes, not as bad as Rise of Skywalker, but just like jumping from like this character to that character to this character to that character, and we're just like, it was a lot going on in the first act to kind of set us up in this already established universe, which also threw me off. Like, you're with Lex Luthor already is like in the top of this building with all these workers. The government has his back. He has Ultraman out there. It's like how. Who let him do this? Like, how is he just out there, like protecting the city or whatever? But like, I don't know. It kind of threw me off. But Lois Lane and Mr. Terrific were probably my two favorite characters in the movie. And Lex Luthor was cool. I mean, Nicholas Hoult did a great job. The monologue at the end was cool. And then Corenswet, I think I need to see more from him, but I think he did a great job at the same time. But it was like, it's a young Superman. It was almost like the Robert Pattinson version of Superman, like young, still a little green,
Figuring it out,
yeah.
I think I loved it. I think I just barely loved it. Like, I get some complaints for sure, but I did. I had a great time, man. I did laugh a good amount. Less than Guardians 1, 2, and 3 for sure. Like, each of those movies had me laughing more throughout the movie. But the humor is there. Lex, didn't love the characterization, as Dave said, but I still liked him as a villain in this movie, and I loved Nicholas Holt's portrayal. But I loved the action, so that was awesome. I loved Ma and Pa Kent. I'm good with Lois and Superman's relationship. It wasn't cringy or anything bad. Okay. Yeah. It was actually pretty good. Like, as far as comic relationship. Yeah. So that was cool. Jimmy Olsen, very different character. Well, we're getting into the characters. That's kind of the next topic. But yeah, it was awesome, man. I liked it a lot. I think I had only a few gripes about, like Caleb said, it did. Like, I didn't expect to feel overly thrown into a universe since I already know these characters and all this with the comics and everything, but it still just felt like we really got flushed in the middle of it with like zero explanation, zero Green Lantern lore, zero Hawk, the Halls, the Hawk people lore, Thanagar, is that Thanagar? So it felt it felt like I wanted more screen time for those characters, more information, but it was already stuffed. So like stuffing it more with more information. So it's like, what do you do? But then I was like, hey, maybe you should have dialed back the characters if we weren't going to give them their due. But at the same time, yeah, they will 100%. So we do have a foundation for all these characters, which is fine. But I wanted more from the JSA and
JSG.
Justice Gang, dog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The gang.
It's a cool name.
That's interesting. You guys didn't like that part though, because I was loving the first quarter of the movie actually, because I love that intro. By the way, the first off, the three decades ago, Superman's family sent this out. 3 years ago, 3 minutes ago, Superman lost his first fight, and it was like, oh, this is awesome. So I freaking loved that. And then I really enjoyed just being plopped into this. It felt believable. I felt like it was a lived-in universe where like they already knew Superman existed. Green Lantern knew him, is calling him Blue and stuff. Like that worked for me. So I'm interested to hear that it didn't necessarily work for you both when you both liked it more than me. But
it's not that it hurt the movie for me. It's just, I think it's just the nerd in me that wanted that lore from the comics to be shown on the screen, kind of.
Yeah,
because I think they did well with them. They used them well. There's nothing wrong there. It's just, I guess I wanted more of. I want to hear about the lanterns, man. I'm like, man, you dealing with Sinestro over there? You got another different colors or anything? What do you got? Nothing. Right.
Yeah. I guess I was just kind of confused because I'm not super familiar with these side characters like Ultraman, Hawkgirl.
That's very not comic accurate. We'll get into it.
Dave said, when I went to the bathroom, and Dave said the engineer got the holotape of the recording or whatever, and I was like, there's an engineer in the movie? Like, who's the like, they're like actually an engineer, and I was like, huh. And then later they said engineer. I was like, oh, it was her. I thought it was just like a fucking job title.
Yeah, the plumber came in and he found this video of his parents.
Yeah. So we'll get into the characters then, and starting with the engineer, man. Like you said, another thing with me, like, because I'm just so excited to see this universe get built, and when you have engineer in there, that says the Authority, and we've heard nothing about the Authority recently, and I really thought, I mean, as far as cameos, one of the Authority members or anything that has to do with the Authority, this is on planet, this is not in a different space sector like the Lantern, so it makes a little less sense that we have no idea where she came from when she is a member of a different team, like very prominently. That's kind of annoying, which is also why I didn't know the engineer. It's like the Authority was from a different, I want to say, comic line of comics, and eventually merged with DC with Superman and the Authority. Something like that.
Yeah.
They like weren't DC for a few years or something. I think they're from Stormwatch.
Okay. Interesting.
Stormwatch. Which what was the name of Luthor's gang? Wasn't it something Watch? In this Watch movie?
I
forgot. Oh, God. Anyway, we'll think of it later. But
yeah. And then Ultraman. We're just doing the lesser characters first. Very weird.
I did like the engineer's powers. How she could like form her hands into things and stuff.
That reminds me that it annoyed me that everyone had powers that were just like that. Like she could form a hammer, do whatever. Metamorpho could form a hammer, do whatever. Green Lantern could form whatever. Like they could all just create matter and form shit.
Right.
And I was like, come on. So that's a small gripe.
Yeah.
Ultraman. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. It's nanotechnology again. So it's kind of like the Lantern thing. Whatever he thinks of, he can create. She can create whatever she thinks of. So it gets a little played out. And sorry,
Metamorpho at that point.
Yeah, that's true too. Which I liked Metamorpho a lot more than Engineer. Did you have any background with Engineer in comics?
Just Warren Ellis's Authority. They have very limited comics, but like one solid run, and then they cross over with Superman. So it's pretty good. It's they're very much the boys though. They go in and they cause a lot of chaos without worrying about the collateral damage or the injuries or the anything like that. So they're kind of on they're towing the moral line there as heroes.
Okay,
which is why I thought Superman was like that's going to help him form the Justice League, like these immoral heroes, which is a lot like Kingdom Come. And he has to kind of show them how to do it the right way. And out comes the Justice League. So that's what I thought the Authority's role was going to be in this DCU. And it still could be. It's just, we don't know anything about it yet.
Straight up. Yeah,
Interesting.
where they came from or anything. I mean, like
Right.
Lub said, it was just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, Luthor's got this power and he's fighting Superman, controlling Ultraman. Which, by the way, I don't know if that worked for you. That whole combat aspect
no.
of that, I was like, stop, going
I
back to
hated it.
him. 5B. It was like, oh my god, you're killing the climax. You're killing the tension here with these rock'em sock'em verbal commands. Like, man, I was bummed they did that.
They should have just done it for the first scene with him, and then we established that he's
We can
controlling
just
him. And then after that,
Right.
we know. We don't need to hear it every single time.
All the way to the end of the movie, still almost more towards the final fight. I was like, oh my god, look, shut up.
Well, it just makes zero sense that you're going to react verbally to a fight that you're not in, and then they're going to react. It just none of that works for me, dude. That kind of annoyed me.
That was the other issue I had. So if you're listening to this and you're forgetting what we're referencing, when Luthor has the cameras following around this fight with Ultraman and Superman, so you're telling me he can keep up with ultra fast Superman by watching it on TV and yelling commands. Like, you can be that quick. Superman's fast speed of light, like, and you're able to just video game beat him up that easily. Like, that concept took me out of a few different scenes, which I think was partially why it dropped my score a little bit. But
And how could the engineer fly as fast as Superman? I guess I get Ultraman can, but when they all fly up in the air, how is she as fast as Superman?
Yeah, he was underpowered. Everyone else was overpowered.
Right.
which is, like you said earlier today, it's a tough thing to balance. But
right. Superman, Flash and Superman both are just little OP, I think.
yeah.
Ultraman. So this is super weird. It's very Bizarro-like. Lex Luthor in the comics created Bizarro from Superman's DNA, but he turned out to be kind of an abomination. You know, he's still bipedal and normal kind of height. He's just all jacked up and also really dumb. But this one, do you think they're going to turn him into Bizarro, Dave, or do you think he's?
I don't know, man. I don't know if they will. They easily could, but there's so many different characters like that. I feel like, at least in the small amount of Superman I've read in comics, I feel like there's always an opposite Superman somehow. Bizarro, Ultraman, I forgot what the other thing was, and then you got Justice Evil Superman and all this stuff. So I could see them not going that route. I was hoping for a cameo, a past Superman appearance, but then again, I didn't realize how much his face. If they would have hired an old Superman cameo, he was on screen for like half the movie by the end of it. There, the whole third act, his mask was off. So I guess it makes sense they just did a Corenswet twin. But yeah, I don't know. There's multiple Bizarro versions I've seen too, so I don't even know what the true Bizarro thing is. Like, yeah, he's kind of almost mentally disabled in some iterations of him.
Very much so, yeah.
He's like a zombie beast in the Superman and Lois show version of Bizarro Superman. Like scary. He's almost like a horror figure. It's wild. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe James Gunn goes his own way. I guess I'll say final answer no.
Well, I'm just like a little worried about too much creative, bold choices, because Ultraman is just so different. He's a Superman from another dimension. He's like a bad guy, super bad guy. Now, why are you mixing a creation? And you already said, because he had a portal. He could have easily walked a different Superman into our portal, and that is Ultraman. Yeah. Why'd you slap the Ultraman logo on his chest if it's a creation of his DNA, of Superman's DNA? Well, you got portals and everything, too. It's weird.
Yeah, and like Superboy is a clone-esque of Superman, but again, Ultraman wasn't a clone. It was an alternate dimension. Which, by the way, that whole portal thing, we theorized about that, and especially because we read Birthright, and in it, Lex creates a portal that goes backwards in time and to other areas, and Clark's able to see his parents' last message to him through it. So I think I threw out, I thought we were going to see a crazy interdimensional portal. It wasn't quite interdimensional, I don't think, but it went to a different place. So that was wild.
Solid,
they had that, but it was cool though. I like that whole portal technology deal. It was pretty wild. The pocket universe.
Yeah, love. Not a huge comic reader. So how did you feel when we start going to other dimensions, like on Earth, like from Earth to another dimension? You got photon rivers. How are you feeling during that whole scene?
I didn't love it, honestly. I thought it was a little over the top. Kind of like a easy way for him to create this prison in a pocket unit. It was kind of funny. He has like his ex-girlfriends and people who like did something wrong against him in the past locked
So
up in there,
petty.
but I don't know. It was like what Dave said earlier. It was predictable too. Like he goes in this prison.
Yeah.
You see Metamorpho has a baby across from it. It's like, okay, he's gonna obviously help out Superman to get his baby back. But so I didn't love it. I mean, it was a cool concept, I guess, and it looked cool. Like the whole design of it in the Krypton or whatever it was, Proton River.
Krypton River.
That wouldn't be good for Superman.
That's why Krypton blew up, because of its rivers. Not very stable.
Exactly.
Well, and it kind of reminds me of a classic Superman staple, which is watch me. It's a classic Superman staple that I'm about to say the wrong name of. Is it the Phantom Zone?
I think so. Yeah, Phantom Zone or Negative Zone, something like that.
I know
Doomsday
General
in there when he
Zod
has to all
gets.
the-
Yeah, he stuffs a lot of people in there, so it kind of reminded me of that. Yeah, it is Phantom Zone. Okay, I'm not that dumb. It's a prison dimension that the Kryptonians use. So Lex created his own prison dimension here in the pocket dimension. So yeah, it felt like somewhat of a nod to that.
Yeah, and I was cool with the prison aspect in another dimension, but it was a little much with the photon rivers and a lot going on down there. But I don't know. They were like trying to capture some like really sci-fi 70s comic, like Silver Age, weird Jack Kirby stuff, which is cool. So I kind of liked it, but it was a little much. You could have stuck to a more basic interdimensional prison.
Yeah, and I liked it up until the point that it split a chasm in the Earth's core and is just splitting the entire Earth apart. And it was like, okay, so we're back to like disaster film type third act here. And then it goes away and Earth just zips back up perfectly fine. So I don't know. So that I thought that I didn't love the Earth chasm thing that happened.
It's a lot like Doctor Strange's freaking rifts in the sky.
It was
right back together.
Yeah,
it's not like the core was splitting. I don't think it was just weird interdimensional.
No, it was just,
yeah, but still, which is like the Eternals coming out of the ocean. I mean,
the celestial splitting. Yeah. So yeah, it was just that third act combined with the power against power, same thing. It didn't blow me away for the ending with that. But.
True.
Yeah. We touched on Lex a lot. Yeah, I guess we touched on Lex plenty. How about Jimmy Olsen? Because his character, I did not expect to be taken where he went. Right, I loved it though. I thought it was funny. I laughed every time the girl. He looked so disappointed every time he was locked into a date with that girl, and the way he got information was funny. So from the comics though, he's like a loser nerd. Vulnerable, right. So I really didn't expect that.
Well, he was like Will Ferrell from the other guys. Like, why are all these beautiful women flocking to you right now? Like, every beautiful woman in the movie was just infatuated with Jimmy Olsen, which, like you said, he's the geeky nerd that gets kicked around in the comics. So that was pretty funny. That worked for me.
Gatorade about taking no shit.
Yeah.
He's the oldest son in Righteous Gemstones. That's where I know him from, and he's great in that show too. I really love the role. It was definitely surprising with how much screen time he got, but I liked it every time he was on there, and him and Lois worked well together. So,
yeah, and then Lois Lane. So I love that relationship, dude. I love that it wasn't like Superman is like this world of like on a superficial perspective, it's like everything seems glorified and so perfect, but like their relationship, you saw flaws. Like it was a rocky road for them. They're having issues the whole time, but they were both. Their character was so strong, and their love for each other, all that stuff was so good that they fought through it. It was nice to see just not a full-on blown romance. And it made the kiss at the end, actually. I was like, hell yeah, I've never thought that about a kiss. I've never cared about the damn kiss. And it was like, oh yeah, dude, nice kiss flying around doing circles. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they handled it great because it's never going to be perfect. You're dating Superman. You're dating a god on Earth. There's going to be bumps. And so like Superman and Lois, that show, that's one of the things they do well. I think they do their relationship pretty well. And I thought that was one of the shining points in this movie. I bought into it, and I'll tell you what really bought into not just their relationship, but Lois Lane. Remind me of Rachel
Brosnahan.
What sold me with Rachel as Lois was that scene which Superman agrees to interview or to be interviewed by her. And she flips switches and she's automatically willing to risk their relationship, cross lines, saying stuff in the name of journalism. And that's totally Lois Lane. So that scene right there went through. They got in a little fight and she was just a straight honey badger when it came to getting these answers. I was like, okay, yeah, she sold me right there with that scene. This is Lois Lane. And through the rest of the movie, I thought she killed it. But yeah, no, I like their relationship too. That was one of the better points for me.
Oh yeah, love.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like a cookie cutter classic superhero relationship. Very dynamic. Even I forgot what happened, but even the second conversation they have after the interview, when was that? It was just the two of them again. And
in the office.
Was it in the office?
I don't know.
I know. I definitely need to watch it again, but I just remember the two scenes with just the two of them on screen were both great, and yeah, the kiss was good at the end. It felt deserved. They they definitely grew together throughout the movie. So yeah, Lois killed it.
Yeah, and I guess that just reminds me of the twist with the parents for some reason, because that's also what started so much conflict with Superman and the world. That's quite a twist, and that's a bold choice. I like. That's a cool thing to do with his parents and his message. But it's like, I'm still wondering if it's real. I'm still wondering if Lex Luthor, because they said there was 30 linguists that verified it, and then like 32 video analysts that verified it. Well, so what? Lex easily could have paid all them off, and I just don't see Superman's parents being bad people. That doesn't seem right.
Dude, that's what I was saying. The movie ended. I looked it up. I was like, well, so is it just confirmed that they sent him to enslave the world like Omni-Man and Invincible? Like, because that just got left behind there. If that's the case, that is a bold decision change to have in this. On top of that too, I don't know. It seems like everybody liked Ma and Pa. It felt weird to me. I felt like they kind of passed the Midwestern farmer.
Oh, Ma and Pa.
And shot all the way down to like Mississippi and Deliverance, like straight up redneck, dumb Hicks, just like, hey boy, are you on the telephone here? Hey Pa, can you say this? Are you here in the room? Hey there, it was like, what the hell with their farmers in Kansas? They're not backwater Hicks. So to me, the scene with his dad, it was touching. I thought that landed, but I just couldn't get past that. Like, it's kind of weird. They kind of made his parents dumb Hicks. But I feel like they're at least wise in the other iterations. They're just farmers. They're simple farmers. They're simple folk in the Midwest. But yeah, it felt like they got dropped down a couple notches for this movie. But I seem to be the only one with that complaint. So maybe it's just me.
No,
I'm curious.
I liked him. I
loved him.
See, everybody seemed to have loved
it. Felt more real.
I thought they did him dirty.
That's hella funny.
And I also liked the twist with Jor-El. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bradley.
I hope it's true, because because Superman's like, oh no, I'm all upset now. My parents, everything they told me was a lie. And then of course he goes, your actions and your values make you who you are, and that's why I'm still going to be a good Superman. But I did like that twist. It was shocking. Of course, you think it's fake at first, but then I think even Mr. Terrific's like, you couldn't do AI that good. Like, I would be able to tell if that was AI. You know what I mean? So I think he somehow,
verification.
Like, because I think Lex Luthor would have the technology to decrypt that message that was slightly damaged or whatever. He would.
Yeah, the engineer that did that, like, that was the scene you watched. She was doing some crazy stuff, hacking into the whole Fortress of Solitude with these insane wiring cables that were coming out from her brain, and
Okay.
Oh, did you super question how he just walked into the fortress? Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
I didn't. They explained it at the end, but honestly, I didn't even think twice about it when it happened.
Oh man, I was immediately like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I was
Superman's
like,
fortress.
Yeah, like how are they just walking in?
I think it's because we saw that scene in the 5-minute preview, and so my brain just went like, "Oh yeah, I've already seen this," and so I didn't question anything. It's just because I was like, "I've seen this full scene already." So
right.
No, it's a great. They brought it up at the end, and I was like, "Yeah."
They like in the comics, or I don't know if it's maybe animation, but he has to pick up a giant mountain-sized key and fly it into like it's really shut down there.
God, glad they didn't do that.
Ma and Pa Kent, man, I thought she was hilarious doing the phone. like couldn't figure out the phone. That felt relatable. Grandma, I love you. No, actually not. My grandma kills it on the phone. Who do I have someone in my family that anyway. And then Pa, man, the whole thing about parents don't tell you who to be. They just give you the tools for you to find out who you need to be. I thought that was very touching. Great. Loved that. And they didn't have much screen time, which I also liked. I loved that there wasn't a ton of Lois and Lane and Clark screen time romance. There's not a ton of Clark and Kansas, just the right amount. So
they kept it moving. Yeah, because 2 hours and 9 minutes. It didn't feel short. It felt lengthwise. I'll say it felt perfect. It felt like the perfect amount of time for the story they told there. So that's definitely positive.
Yeah. Action. Were you satisfied with the action, Caleb?
It definitely had Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, especially with Green Lantern, Hawk Girl. Like, he puts like the orb up and then spins around him with like the grenades around him. It felt very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. I didn't love it until the end when Superman goes fucking apeshit with the 360 no scope.
Oh, yeah, sick. That's one of the coolest like little action shots.
Yeah, it was up there. It was pretty quick though, and I mean the him versus Ultraman fight was cool when Ultraman does the laser beam right into his eyes. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
but I mean Man of Steel probably has better action, more brutal, real action.
I'm trying to decide though. Just the fight scene with Zod at the very end. Like that's the one that I don't know if anything's better than that one, but overall I would probably give it to this one.
Gas station fight with the Kryptonians when they're first like breathing in the air and getting more power. Yeah, I would go with the Man of Steel action more, but this was more diverse. There was more diverse types of action sequences in this movie. I definitely get the Guardians feel, which isn't a bad thing, really. I enjoy Guardians action, but yeah, I got little vibes here and there. I thought Green Lantern was used great. It wasn't as creative as it could have been with his fights, but he really wasn't on screen for fights much. It was in the background for the most part. But I thought it worked great. Is him flipping off the Baravian army as he's walking by and all that, and just Guy Gardner as a whole did great. I loved him. His action was fine. Mr. Terrific had really creative action sequences that I thought were really fun. Hawk Girl, just a massive miss for me. Not only the action sequences, because she just flew and hit people with a hammer or a spike ball, but she's just screeching like a hawk flying around the whole time. And her helmet looked like you get it in a Happy Meal. It looked like cardboard. It looked terrible. I mean, she landed and I was like, this is, I've seen way better cosplays at Comic-Con than whatever the hell is happening here. I don't know why they did her so dirty. And maybe it's a poke at Max Lord and his styling choice. I don't know. But the helmet was like, if she gets hit in the head, she's gonna die. That thing is made of cardboard. I didn't get that. I didn't enjoy her action. But Superman's action, that's the most important thing here. And I thought they did a really good job with them. A lot of the flying camera work they did with his flying was really fun. Cool. I think I said to JD, he didn't quite feel as powerful as Superman could be. Maybe it's younger. He's still kind of testing out, getting a feel for his powers. Or maybe it's just a case of it's hard to balance somebody that overpowered on screen. But overall, I'd give the action at least a B, I think, in the movie.
Hawk Girl, I'm with you on every aspect, except I kind of liked the screech, especially if it had a cooler character, cooler costume, more stuff. It just felt very weird and hockey, and it threw me off at first. I'm not gonna lie, it's just fucking screech, and then eventually I was like, "It's fucking Hawk Girl. That's kind of cool." You know, she's like a space
Do they
hawk.
screech in comics? Kind of like Hawk?
I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious if that was. And honestly, if Hawkman, and it's not a sexist thing, get off my back. If Hawkman was screeching in Black Adam, it might have worked just because I thought he was a badass character, so I wouldn't have minded it. Like, but.
Yeah. Shoot, what else do we have to talk about? Cameos. Let's get into the cameos. We had Peacemaker, and I thought that was very funny, and it seemed so obvious that he would be in a cameo.
Especially doing what he does in his show, where he's talking trash about heroes nonstop. All these rumors and everything, and then he gets his chance to fire shots off at Superman. That was perfect.
Yeah. He's like, they just all hate me because I'm buffer than them or something like that. I don't remember anyone else besides Supergirl, though. Was there anyone else? And again, another good cameo.
Max
The
Lord.
Gotham Street sign.
There was a
Saw that.
street sign, okay.
Yeah.
It's an Easter egg more than a cameo, but
Featuring the Eastern Massachusetts and Western Hamford Street sign.
Hell yeah.
What was I
Max
gonna
Lord
say?
had the quick thing at the end, which again, James Gunn got his brother yet another job, which he's going to pop up more in the DCU. He's going to continue to pop up. He owns the
Who's
Hall
Max
of
Lord?
Justice.
Pierce Brosnan?
Sean Gunn.
No, Sean
No,
Gunn.
Pierce. No, yeah, no, but Pierce Brosnan character from the Black
no,
Adam.
it was Pedro Pascal, actually.
From
If you were
World-
unfortunate enough to watch Wonder Woman 84, it's the villain.
That guy. Okay, I didn't watch
he's
it.
not like a hero, so he's funding the Hall of Justice, which is interesting.
Okay.
But it just makes me think Bruce Wayne's coming in to buy it.
Man, I'm really not thrilled about the casting there. It really does feel like he just shoved his brother into a villain that
It
is
does
really
that.
smart, very dangerous with his mind powers, but it just doesn't work. And we also didn't hear anything about Lore Tech. Oh, they're funded by Lore Tech. Who the hell? Like, what is
That was
Lore
it.
Tech? Why do they exist? Like, yeah, exactly. I know what it is, but as the audience,
Right.
I'm like, it's just like Green Lantern and Hawk people and Mr. I just want to know more.
True.
And Lore
Yeah.
Tech was another one of those things, man.
But I
Couldn't
feel
even
like
say Wayne
when,
Tech. Dirty.
Yeah.
but I feel like when these things pop up again, they'll give us the backstory we've been waiting for.
They will,
you know,
they will.
Probably. Yeah.
Because again, I also wanted to mention that I respect that they are so committed to just making a good movie. I want more cameos, my nerd side, but I also am pretty thrilled that they're so committed to not worrying about that stuff, just to make a good movie.
I think Gunn did a good job balancing all of the characters he brought in. Again, I think I like this movie the least of us three here, but I think he did a good job with that balance. It didn't feel forced for me throughout. Supergirl, dude, not the cameo I was expecting. Hilarious that she just comes home drunk because she parties on planets with red suns so she can actually be affected by alcohol. And it turns out Krypto was her dog the whole time, which makes perfect sense. And even Superman says it. He goes, yeah, no wonder he's so poorly behaved. And she's just, I was laughing my ass off. Krypto's just slamming her head and she's just hammered, just laughing her ass off as her dog. So I loved the cameo, but I was thinking, and I'm curious what you guys thought, maybe that was a disappointment to some people. Did you guys enjoy it? Was it enough for the
I
Supergirl
like Millie
cameo?
Alcock. I mean, young
Yeah.
Rhaenyra, of course.
Yeah.
It definitely threw me off a little bit as his, drunk partying cousin, but that could be a fun movie, like someone who has the powers of Superman, but also, has a little wild side to him. Superman's very straight edge, do it by the books type of guy. So, I mean, the yin and yang of it could be cool.
Yeah. They kept talking about punk rock, and I feel like that's going to be the punk rock movie.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And is James Gunn directing that? He's not, right?
No.
Is
I
he
don't think
writing
so.
it?
No. He's producing.
that-
Tom
be a
King is writing it,
perfect
the writer
James
of the
Gunn.
comic.
That's wild.
But the writer of the comic is doing it. That'll be, I think so.
That's
I think
solid.
he's writing the movie too. Screenplay, or maybe he's just helping the people write it. Who knows? Sorry. Yeah.
But,
that-
it's punk rock rebellion Supergirl is
Yeah.
definitely what we're getting.
she goes to party on suns, planets with red suns, so they actually get drunk. That's hilarious.
So funny.
And that's where we find her in the beginning of that comic. I mean, the
So-
little.
I wanted to ask you, as far as her comic iteration goes, so I've seen her briefly in the CW shows, which are hot trash, and she's like a super naive goody two-shoes type character. And then I've seen her in some animated movies of DC where she's an absolute savage who takes no crap. What is her standard personality set? Like, is she a badass, a rebel, goody two-shoes? What is she?
Well, even James Gunn said this iteration is like if you imagine Superman who watched his family die and went on. So someone with that power level, but with a very dark upbringing. That's how he said she's going to be. So,
Okay.
yeah. But it looks like, and also that comes with a lot of, that's where her fun party side came from too, as a reaction
demons?
to darkness.
Pain.
So it's going to be fun, but dark. Like she's going to be partying, fighting, and then some girl that really wants revenge on this bounty hunter is going to find her in a bar. And that's where that movie starts.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well, it's directed by Craig Gillespie, and I haven't.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no,
That's
his track record doesn't seem great. He has Dumb Money, Cruella,
Oh,
I,
I, Tonya
Tonya?
was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wasn't Dumb Money
that was
good? It was about the Netflix or
Who
the
was in
stocks
it?
going crazy. It had a good
Oh,
cast. I
Wall
want to
Street.
say it was.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
big
Sebastian
comedy names.
Stan, Pete
Yeah,
Davidson, Paul Dano.
He's in I, Tonya too. Sebastian Stan. He must. This guy must really. But I, Tonya was an entertaining with a lead female role of Margot Robbie as a. Oh my God, who was the crazy skater? She broke Nancy Kerrigan's knees. Tonya Harding.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian Stan's her boyfriend. It's an entertaining movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Did it increase your excitement for the Supergirl movie? Stay the same? Decrease it, love?
It increased it a little bit because it was probably at close to 0 before. Now it's probably at about 50%.
For sure. You should be excited, man. A lot of sci-fi revenge, sci-fi traveling, meeting different species while you're seeking revenge. It's pretty fun.
Hell yeah. Sounds like Rick and Morty.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
live action Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. Do you want to anything else on the movie we didn't touch on yet before we get into some other weird stuff?
I just wanted to say about Lex Luthor. I agree with you guys. Nicholas Hoult killed it. I think he did a really good job at leaning into the villain role, and it's wild because he's not American, but he really kills that accent. I guess it's not wild because half of Hollywood is British people doing an American accent, but
They're better at it than us.
He still does a really good job. Yeah, miles better. But yeah, and I think I said it to you after we read Birthright too. Like, part of me loves Lex Luthor as a concept because it's super good. Like, I like his motivations, why he feels bitter against Superman. He's insanely intelligent and smart. You know, he's a different iteration of Iron Man, Tony Stark in a way. But I'm not a fan of how comical he is with his monologues and his reactions and his mustache twirling things he does. I don't know. I think it's weird because I respect the villain and the iconic character he is, but I find I don't get a lot of joy at watching him. I don't know. And I want to, because again, I think it's a cool concept, but he doesn't work for me, and I wish he did more. It's a weird situation.
If it wasn't for Nicholas Hoult killing it, I might dislike the villain overall. But man, I don't know. In the comics, I kind of feel like Lex is just way more control over his emotions. He's a little more dominating, smart, calm, nonchalant. I don't know. Like, I get it. He's got a little quirkiness, but it seemed to go pretty far. And I don't know if that's because I haven't read the right Lex Luthor. Mm-hmm. Man, the stuff I have read, he seems pretty calm and cold and cunning. With a little quirkiness, little mustache twirly flavor. Yeah. But at the core, he's scarier. I don't know. I don't know if that's me expecting something different or what. If he was too quirky in this movie, which is what I feel like he was.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
Are DC characters besides Batman just too hard to portray on screen compared to Marvel? Do you know what I mean? Like Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
They're more fantastical. Flash. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Marvel does the pseudoscience really well, but DC is very fantastical. It is. I think I agree with
God status, like all like it's gods and monsters is the chapter 1, whereas Marvel, the first Avengers squad, half of them were just normal humans with no physical or superpowers. Right. Tony, Natasha, and homeboy there, Clint, but. Yeah, it's not a bad, not a bad question, but
yeah.
But you still should be able to do it. I think it has been done good though. I think they killed Aquaman. I think Jason Momoa is great, even though the DCEU didn't take off. I really enjoyed his portrayal, and I hate to bring it back.
And you have Namor.
I really enjoyed Cavill. Yeah, Namor was great for me too in the MCU. But there might be
some question though. Yeah. Because it is. It's more. It's like bigger, more grand.
Or the movie as a whole, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like telling a good story with, the characters are good, but is a story around it good?
The stories, I think, are there. There's amazing story. I think DC might even be better. I don't know. It's so hard. I look at it's like 50-50 with my comic collection. It's crazy. I did not plan. It's just, they have great stories, man. Plenty of great things to tell. Mm-mm. Just harder, just harder for the VFX people, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this. Henry Cavill, versus Corenswet. Man of Steel versus Superman. We're going to, like, who wins in a fictional fight? Who did better acting? And which movie is better? I'm going to start because I'm going to go with, I think this movie is better, man. I think I like it more, and I think that recency bias could very well play a role into that, but it's deeper. I liked the pacing more. I can't stand how many flashbacks Snyder shoved into Man of Steel. It's my biggest gripe with that movie. There, you got the point across, and then he added a couple more. I think this one has more depth emotion. It's more fun. It is more colorful. It is more exciting with characters, and it is more Superman, you know. So, and let's also talk Zod versus Lex Luthor, because I think acting wise, Nicholas Hoult was better, but Zod was just a better villain. His presence alone was like scarier. He killed it as an actor too, though. I mean, I will find him.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, I think I'd give it to Shannon. His heartbreak when he's talking about his people who died. I have no people. Like, he had some monologues that
he killed it.
You know, got my skin crawling a little.
Just less range. I would just give the range to Holt. He did a lot more with it. But Zod, the actor, I mean, perfect for that. Yeah, he portrayed the depth. Anyway, I would go with Superman. I'm going with Henry Cavill in a fictional fight, though.
Easy.
Round
one.
I think he's stronger, more confident. He was a unit, dude. He was like you couldn't move. He felt like an immovable object.
Yeah,
stout muscle. Where this guy seems like he's getting flung around. David Corenswet, but acting, giving it to David Corenswet. Again, more range, more depth, more Superman, and Henry Cavill pretty one dimensional. I still like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what do you think, Dave?
I got Man of Steel as the better movie. But again, I fully expect to be in the minority in that. And again, it's where it comes from, where I stand on Superman and just my feeling on the character. And it makes total sense to me. I enjoyed Man of Steel better. Even though, yes, this one is more colorful, better pacing, probably more exciting from start to finish. Totally different tones. I like the score to Man of Steel a lot more, though. And yeah, I love General Zod. I like the third act of Man of Steel more. But it's pretty close. Like, if I had to go down a list of which one beat what in what category, I think it'd be pretty close. But yeah, just overall, I'll give it to Man of Steel. Henry Cavill is absolutely stomping David Corenswet's neck in the first round. Like Lub said, that the power scales we saw Henry Cavill in his fights with Zod were way beyond anything we saw. Even him fighting the kaiju there. He's kind of got like a small stature. I don't know. Like, when I'm seeing Corenswet, he almost looks bigger as Clark Kent. And then when I see him in the Superman uniform when he's walking by Lois, I'm like, he looks short. And I know Corenswet's not short. I think he's at least 6'1" or something. He's 6'4". He did not feel 6'4" through that movie. He felt like he was a short, kind of smaller dude. Like, he's 3 inches taller than Cavill. But Cavill came off so much larger of a presence in Man of Steel. And I told Lub last night, I was like, it kind of feels like Cavill's like the more grown man Superman, like absolute filled out savage, and Corenswet's kind of the young, finding his place Superman, kind of coming through stuff. So fight, I'm giving it to Cavill. And acting, a hair to Corenswet. And I think it's because of the script. I think the script gave him a lot more to work with, more range. The love story was, I hated the love story in Man of Steel. I did not like Amy Adams as Lois Lane nearly as much as I liked Rachel Brosnahan. Rachel Brosnahan was a much better Lois Lane. But yeah, so Corenswet gets the acting nod.
Oh yeah, Love.
I don't know. I can't. This is not a cemented decision. I have to watch. Probably
it's in cement.
Again.
Yes, it is.
Actually.
Yeah, once you said it, it's there.
Yeah. Acting wise, well, man, I mean, I feel like once the Zack Snyder Justice League comes around, Cavill is like fully, embrace the Superman character. And Man of Steel, acting, I'd probably give it to Corenswet. I feel like he did embrace the young, brash, kind of doesn't know what to do with himself Superman. And that is more interesting character. And now And I feel like this movie just had more hope because we know it's the start of this, big universe. When Man of Steel came out, it was kind of like, okay, and now looking back, they just rushed through everything. Batman vs Superman was the next movie, then it was Justice League, and then it was over. It was like, whoa, Aquaman was thrown in there too, right. And a Wonder Woman.
But yeah, Man of Steel was the dawn of it. Yeah,
right. Yeah, so, and also Cavill would win in a fight. But there was one slow motion scene in the movie. I forgot what it was, and I turned to Dave and I go, "Wow, they paid homage to Zack Snyder."
It was a random ass thing too. It was
it was
not
too
important.
random.
It was like somebody just falling over in slow motion in the background or something. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Right on. Okay. I keep getting mixed up with what we did with our non-spoiler and our spoiler review, but I don't know if we touched on Krypto. I thought Krypto.
No,
I know we did a non-spoiler. Krypto, not as annoying as I expected. Along with the humor, which again talks about it in the non-spoiler, I expected more forced humor, and I think James Gunn dialed it back. I expected Krypto to be more annoying, and he was way more annoying to the characters in the movie, but less annoying for me as the audience. But annoying, used in a good, fun way. It wasn't like Tommy Boy, where it's just so frustrating every time things are breaking.
Right.
Funny moments like showing what he's doing, like a 2 or 3 second scene showing what he's doing was hilarious before the action. He had broken into a store and he was eating a bunch of dog treats and just destroyed the whole store. So, and he even had a badass moment or two where you're like, yes, when he came in and saved whoever was getting hurt at the time. And so I love Krypto in this movie.
Yeah. Well, we saw that preview of it, the 5-minute preview, and he was beating up Superman in the snow, and I was kind of I was taken off of it a little bit, put off by it. Good Lord, David, wake up. I just thought it was over the top, a little goofy, just kept punching the joke into the ground, pun intended, Superman being punched in the ground. But then through the movie, I loved Krypto. There was only like a couple of moments where I was like, okay, it's a little much. But for the most part, dude, I really enjoyed Krypto. Yeah, he nailed it all. I'm really hoping he's in Supergirl a decent amount, actually, I think. Yeah. And I don't know why I'd be surprised. Again, James Gunn and his animal characters have always been amazing. So should have expected that he'd do pretty good with this one. But yeah, a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
The CGI was solid, too. Looked great for a full CGI dog.
Looked good. Yeah.
Was he 100% in the movie CGI?
Probably not. I think the eyes probably were.
Or like laying on his chest, maybe not. Interesting. That was really good CGI then, yeah.
No, Gunn doesn't do great with animals. He loves using animals against us to make us feel more. That's what he does.
Well, though.
He makes us love them, then he takes them away, and we're like, nah, you gotta go get them back. That's funny. Superman's main goal was, I gotta go get my dog back. That was like the thing. Like, I'm going back right now to save my dog. And I was like, I mean,
how can you not relate to that?
Where's your
dog?
Yeah.
That was great. Well, wow. 100% CGI. They used a stand-in at points to get a scan, like a 3D scan, but it was 100% CGI throughout the movie. It looked great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like you said about the punching him into the snow, I will say the humor did undercut a couple what could be serious scenes. Kind of where, you're about to feel like an emotion and then there's a joke that kind of undercuts it. So I didn't like that. I think it probably happened like 2-3 times. Not too much, but
that'll happen. Oh my God. It's James Gunn's dog. This fool. This fool does not know when to stop. It's literally just his dog that he used for Krypto. I respect
He
him.
didn't cast his wife in Peacemaker, did he?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what do you mean? She's in every project.
Of course she is.
Ma and Pa Ken are his folks.
That's my uncle and aunt, actually. I'm gonna look that up.
Also, Metamorpho. Oh, and the scene in there, Lex mentioned that one of his little guys running the freaking train was a white Martian.
Whoa!
So that was actually kind of an Easter egg for the potential for Martian Manhunter, I'd think, if we're going to mention white Martians.
What train are you talking about? Sorry, my mind went to the dirty joke.
Just the floating box along the prison. and the guy holding
Oh.
the lever.
The hoe train.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that thing was creepy as hell. And he called him Mr. Handsome, I think was the name he called him. Because Mr. Handsome, take us back. What? It was like the
Or was
nightmare
it
creatures
Hanson?
from...
It might have been Hanson.
I feel
I don't
like
know.
he said Mr. Handsome, but
He said it was a white Martian, right? You guys caught that?
it is Mr.
Yeah.
Handsome. I didn't catch that. No, Lex called him that.
I hope I didn't mishear. I could have sworn he was talking about the species and the dimension, blah blah blah, and this white Martian guy.
What's that? What does that relate to?
Martian Manhunter, I would think.
Oh, okay.
So I think he is a white Martian, or he might be a different color Martian. Some are villains, some are good, some are bad, some have different powers. But yeah, man, I was Kai Bucks. Shout out to Kai Bucks. He was saying he expected or not, hoped for a Martian Manhunter cameo, and I was kind of like, be sick. And then his
That's wild.
They did that in the
Metamorphos-
last one. Didn't work out
Yeah,
well.
right. They did too. I guess
Well, they forced
Yeah.
it in late. They didn't have
Which,
the balls to do it in
a
the
little late.
theatrical cut.
Which, that was sick. That was
It
a
was
great
sick.
scene. Watching him come down to talk to Bruce Wayne. Zack Snyder's Justice League, by the way, guys. But Metamorpho's baby kind of looked like he was Martian Manhunter as a baby.
Didn't look like Metamorpho's baby.
Not at all.
Was because
Wonder
was
who's the mom.
Metamorpho an alien before he got all these rock powers?
I don't
Looked
think
like a
so.
scroll.
I wonder if he
Yeah,
banged someone in the prison.
Could be. Could be.
That got up for a second.
Mr. Handsome is a one-time enemy of Catwoman, and he's an actual person. So it's interesting that they gave this white creature Mr. Handsome name. But
Weird.
it turns out he grew him in a petri dish, according to this. So,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Haven't read almost any. I've never even seen, Metamorpho in a comic, so I got nothing there.
Oh no, I meant the Mr. Handsome, but yeah, Metamorpho was interesting.
Yeah, that
deal.
either. For sure. So if there's nothing else, what do you guys have anything?
What about the DCU world as a whole? Batman and stuff?
That's what I was gonna get into. But
I did have something too. Sorry, I wanted to ask you guys some stuff too. But yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead, because there's more stuff I want to talk about the movie too. Let's talk about the climax before we.
Okay.
okay. Well, I just wanted to, and we could save this for the end. I was going to list off a few recent movies and see if you guys like this more or less than those movies, because I'm curious where it kind of falls on your scale. Okay, so Wakanda Forever. Was Superman better or worse than Wakanda Forever for you guys? Because for me, Wakanda Forever was way better. But I don't think you guys would have the same level of confidence I have in that. I could see it being close.
No, it's not as good as Wakanda Forever.
I think it might be. I'm just having trouble with the recency bias, excitement for the DCU, excitement for the new Superman. So I'm gonna give it a yes for now. I don't care.
All right.
I liked it a
Okay,
lot.
dude, judge me, whatever. Okay. The Flash. Newest Flash
Better.
movie. Okay.
Better.
Come on.
I agree with that too. I had to throw something out there that I had to pick was worse, which was The Flash for me. Man of Steel, I said slightly better. That Man of Steel was slightly better. You guys are going with Superman?
For now.
Yeah, I'll go with this one for now.
Okay. And then really interested about this one, Thunderbolts. I like Thunderbolts more for the theatrical experience and everything around it. I enjoyed Thunderbolts more.
Damn it, I'm giving it to Superman, man. I was so happy to watch that. I was so happy.
Lub?
I gotta go Thunderbolts.
Okay. All right. I figured that one would be close. It is
It
a comparable
is
movie.
close.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now that we have seen the DCU, where we got a first nice solid glimpse into the universe, how do you see characters like Batman and Green Arrow fitting in? And like everyone else, you got to look into this universe. Did it change your perspective moving forward or anything? But yeah, like Batman, Green Arrow, can you picture them in that universe?
No.
Go ahead, Lub.
No.
That was kind
Really?
of things through this movie. I mean, James Gunn's not going to write and direct every
Right.
movie. He's going to produce every movie. And one of the things Marvel really succeeded with was the different genre changes in their movies. You know, the spy thriller, the team up, the comedy, the whatever else they did. But So I hope James Gunn doesn't put his fingers on too much of the stuff where everything feels kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy style movie. You know what I mean? It worked for this, but when it comes to Batman or other darker characters, or I mean, I hope like Supergirl, I hope it is like a more emotional punk rock sci-fi type of movie. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So I do worry a little bit about a James Gunn universe, though.
Okay. That's so interesting. So I'm on the opposite again. I think that was one of the best parts of the movie for me was, yes, it didn't blow me away, but I came out of there really hopeful for the rest of the DCU. I did. I think the way we got dropped into that universe, for me, it was the right choice because I feel like I'm just so ready for the next portions of these universes to be opened up, or this universe to be opened up. I feel like it was a great way to set us up for the craziness we're about to get into and all the different various stories. It was done so much better than the DCEU, even though that was kind of forced into only a couple movies too to build it. But this one movie built a universe so much better than those did already. The only holdup I have, I think James Gunn will balance it out. Hopefully, I think I have like a 10% concern that it will feel too James Gunn through the whole DCU. I think he'll come on. What's the word?
Land the plane?
Balance?
When you disperse
Collaborate?
work from yourself to others. You're sharing the workload.
Compartmentalization.
Yeah, that's not the word, but that works. That's a synonym. I think he'll do good with that. The only thing, I couldn't see fitting into this movie was a Batman character. I was trying to picture it. I was trying to think of, okay, Batman showing up in one of these scenes or at the Hall of Justice or something. That's the only holdup. I'm like, I can't picture it. But it's just because we haven't seen it yet. I don't think that it won't fit when we finally get to that point, but it is the hardest to picture right now.
Were there any scenes at night?
They talked on
Just
the
them
roof at
talking
night.
in the apartment.
Yeah, in the apartment when that battle was going on in the background, which, by the way, that was funny at first.
That was weird.
But then the battle happened for like 15 minutes of them just going in circles. I was like, I think that's a screensaver. I don't even think that's an actual fight. They're doing the same motions that they were at the start of this conversation.
So funny.
Get all the way
But
off their
at
back
first,
about that.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was so funny seeing Guy take a baseball bat, just hitting it like 5 times.
And you can just picture what he's saying at that point, just over it. Like, that was. Dude, Guy was great.
Good.
I loved it. I think he got enough screen time too. Sorry, I totally branched
funny.
off, but he was great.
Yeah, I'm least concerned about not hearing Green Lantern lore because it is just Guy, and we are getting a Lantern show very soon, for sure. I'm like in the middle right here. I'm kind of just like worried. I just think it's a slippery slope at this point for them to fit everyone into this universe believably. It's just, you're just going to have to write the fantastical side, the Justice League Batman as opposed to the Detective Batman. I think it's very doable, but it's just kind of like, ooh, that was very colorful, very fun. But then again, James Gunn is very adamant about each movie being their own thing, having their own soul, having scripts and the right writers for them. I mean, he's not writing anything that's coming out in the next couple of years for DC at all, or directing. So I do believe they will find a way. I do. I think they will really focus. It'll just be weird to see it all come together. But it also gives me the hope that, we are still going to get a lot of those MCU first-time interactions. Since the Justice League is not formed. It's just the Justice Gang. I would love to at least know if Superman knows Batman or not. I kind of thought we would know that by the end of this movie, but that's okay. It's just...
I feel like they don't at this point. I feel like there would have been a mention at some point, right? Like, something. But yeah, just like, there's that crazy guy in Gotham, or I don't know.
Right.
But if he works for a newspaper, he has to know what the Gotham newspaper is saying. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if Batman's going to be established when we see him, he's going to have had to have been working already at this point.
Right. He's old Batman, right? Older.
Well, like if they know of each other or have they met, which but my point is, that's exciting. I don't think they do. I think they're working on their own little movies. Superman's established. That movie was good. We get to move forward in this universe, and It's going to be very exciting when he meets whoever the hell he meets next, whether that's Wonder Woman or Batman. I'm really looking forward to that. And they're going to do a good job, man. He's got the right idea with how he's making each movie. And I'm sure there's a great grand plan to connect it all eventually. But I think we're going to have to be patient, dude. I think we're going to have to be really patient and let a bunch of movies roll out before we get a bunch of interactions, which is good.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that is good.
And
Focus on the story.
I think there's plenty of opportunity for really cool introduction scenes to happen, like we saw in the first Avengers. Even though, yes, Green Lantern already knew Superman here, and they knew some people, I think the formation of the Justice League is still going to have really cool opportunities for great scenes like that with their first meeting. And that's just going to be fun.
Yeah. Let me ask you this then, Love. What do you think the next movie James Gunn will direct will be before we wrap it up?
Interesting.
Just it'll be random, man. We're shooting in the dark because Superman 2, I don't know. We had a hint. He said his next movie would feel like from what his post was, which he talks a lot, so you never know. But it's like the next one I'm writing or directing it might feel like a Superman sequel,
Right.
which
I don't know.
Like Mr. Terrific, maybe.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, there's no director for The Authority.
Oh, Dave and I talked about this. Yeah, we thought Teen Titans would be his best next project.
Ooh.
How sick would that be?
Oh, that's perfect. That's
Ragtag,
right down his
immature
alley.
group of powered. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Like, it's just waiting.
All right.
And then bring in Ben Affleck to direct the Bane and Deathstroke film. Let him do it.
Dude, in the Kingdom Come, Batman or Superman was like, why is the whole Wayne Manor destroyed? And he was like, well, once my identity was revealed, Bane and Two-Face teamed up and just fucked me up. That was crazy. Then I'm thinking of that had me. Then you said Bane and Deathstroke. Man, could you imagine Bane and one other studly villain just working together in a movie? That would be scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like Bane and Two-Face going all in, or Bane and Deathstroke going all in on Batman. That's scary.
Yeah.
Batman has to be in that movie, right?
It's got to be at least mentioned.
Yeah.
I think Brave and the Bold comes out first. So
Do you think? Yeah.
What is that
Could
even
be,
set?
They're ripping projects like that.
They don't know yet.
They just announced them, and all of a sudden they got a director. Like Clayface, we didn't know was coming, and then we heard it was coming. Now it already has a director, and it's already like got a script.
It comes out September 11th next year.
Yeah, that's crazy. 'Cause we heard about that after Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supergirl is June of next year, and then everything else is TBA.
Yeah, Brave and the Bold is 2027 some point, but no month as of now. But that's obviously not locked in. And it's Andy Muschietti. I forgot he's the director, which he was the director of Flash.
I don't think he is anymore.
Google needs updated that. Oh, son of a gun. It's the AI overview at the top again. God, every time.
I don't know if he officially dropped out, but it sounds like there's turmoil or something going on with that Brave and the Bold movie. And I forgot
Why would they
what.
bring the Flash director back after that?
Doesn't seem right. Yeah, for Batman.
For Batman.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Why'd you give Denny
It's your time.
Villeneuve 007? Give him fucking Batman. He's gonna go there.
Oh, please. Please give him the
both.
Court of Owls.
Give him both.
Please give Denis Villeneuve the Court of Owls movie.
Well,
That would be.
that's already Matt
insane.
Reeves. Come on.
Well, we don't know.
I don't
that
think
yet,
anything is Matt Reeves at this point, brother.
The script's done.
it is.
James told
Gunn
that
read
in
it.
2024
He read it.
too. Yeah, and I'm
read
pretty
it.
sure in 2024 he said it was on his desk. And then a year
man.
later he said, actually, it doesn't exist, just like the Epstein list. Oh, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Let's see how
Little
that
dead
goes,
fish
yeah.
for you.
Y'all got anything else?
Somebody have something, please, to cover what I...
And on
rating? Did you guys rate it at all?
Hell no, we didn't.
But
I did.
Ooh, I don't even have it rated in my head, dude. But I'm thinking like a solid 8.9.
oh, that's huge for JD.
Oh shit! Let me.
That's
just
a
check
big
for
one.
a second. Let me check.
Yeah, I checked the list. I had to check the list.
Well, I know you're a more tight ratings. You
And I
know?
also rate it very based on the experience and rewatchability. So it could be really high. I just
Was your
I
theater
don't know,
sold
I'm
out?
not here to-
I'm not here to shut you down there. 8.9 is what you said,
I
right?
don't want to leave the podcast, dude, please don't.
JD, was your theater sold out?
No, dude. I
No?
had 2 empty seats right next to me. It was not sold out here in Boise.
Ours was.
Yeah, it was packed. And so
In
many people with
Placerville.
Superman shirts.
That's
yeah.
sick.
Well, I won't go any further. But yeah, there was a
They sucked.
prototype
The
there
shirts
for
suck.
sure. Was there,
That's cool.
but- No, it was cool.
Ooh.
There was a lot of fan reactions during the movie and stuff.
Let me ask you this then. General vibes. We don't have any updates on box office, but how are you feeling about this opening box office weekend? Like the projections were big, like
300 million.
I think it'll do
300? I thought it was like a
150
150
domestic. That's just in the U.S.
Okay, so you think it'll beat Jurassic Park?
No, that was
That's-
318.
that's
I don't
huge.
think- I don't think it'll hit 300.
Yeah.
I think it'll hit about 250.
I think
I'd
it'll be
say.
close. I think it will. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think it hits 300.
JD, you've won. I think we should just end the box office draft right now. I think JD won.
Yeah,
You
dude.
had Jurassic Park
Stacked.
too. Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
Moana,
no, you won. I already lost.
billion.
What did I have? Elio. I checked that before the movie started last night. It's been out for 2 weekends. It ain't even at 100 million yet. It's a Pixar movie, so I lost. And the Bad Guys 2 looks awful. So you're good. We'll see what Lub does.
The Bad
there.
Girls too.
Finally, year 3. We each have a win now, don't we? I mean, we're a little ahead.
He's counting it already.
No, let's go. I got this.
I'll take that cash. No.
I
That
had
would be,
this. No, sorry. What
That
was
would
I-
be each one win each if I won this.
if
one,
you
correct?
win this year.
Yeah.
Poetic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Superman. And giving
Even
me hope.
brutal with Love the way he took it last year.
And
but-
Jurassic Park
was
didn't have
sick.
great reviews.
No, but it's just Jurassic Park, so it's going to blow up. But I
Right.
didn't think it would
Dinosaurs.
blow up that much. Like that was crazy.
Kids
Yeah.
love dinosaurs.
International.
I love dinosaurs.
close. Jurassic Park. It's true.
350 million is crazy. Love, what did you have it at? Did you break the 8s for the rating you had on Superman?
Yeah, I got it at an 8.1. So
Okay, damn,
that's above Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I have at a 7.8.
And
I know.
seems on its own scale.
And below Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is an 8.4. Deadpool and Wolverine is an 8.4. So it's below those two more recent films.
I don't respect your list.
I have to correct it. So Guardians 1 is at 8.6, and so is Thunderbolts. Remember, I had that issue, so I'm gonna have to give Superman a 8.5, and that means Thunderbolts a little lower. I'll have to rewatch Thunderbolts again, dude. We've all only seen that once. Still, that's
Yeah,
still like
yeah.
not
Dude,
sitting. It's not like it hasn't sat with us really. I got to see it again.
It
and
hasn't.
figure it out.
I saw clips of it the other day and was like, clips that made me think, oh, maybe this movie was even better than I remembered. Like, those are really good moments of that movie. Like, and based on Brave New World, since it's already been out on Disney Plus for like a month, I would imagine Thunderbolts will be available pretty soon. Like, Brave New World
available
turned
around-
around within a couple of months, it felt like. So, but
Yeah.
I didn't break an 8. I got a 7.9 for this one. So I was the only sub 8, but I also didn't compare that against my other MCU movies, so I'd probably have to change that if I check that list.
Yeah, if I went higher, it's tied with Iron Man. And
It put it
Winter
with Age of
Soldier.
Ultron, so it'd probably be just below that for me. Yeah. Yeah. Looking at my MCU, I'd probably drop it to a 7.8. Yep.
We've
7.8 it is.
reviewed about 24 movies on this podcast.
It's wild.
nice. That's it. Movies.
Yeah, not as many, but also
We're also in a slow period, man. I'm so thankful that DCU's picking up, and Marvel's going to be picking up. But man, we had a slow period of nerd stuff, so it wasn't as enthusiastically like, we have to cover this, let's go. We're getting into an era where it's going to be like that, I think.
and 28 shows.
Fantastic Four in 2 weeks. 28 shows? Holy crap. Okay, that makes
The
it seem
seasons.
like a lot more.
Like each season counts
right,
as a
but that's still
yeah.
a lot. 28 plus 24 movies. Yeah, pretty solid.
about
But-
that. I might
well
have missed
done.
one. But
Well
Yeah,
done.
Fantastic Four is in 2 weeks, boys. So we're going to be back here covering another major comic book movie in 2 weeks.
so
And predictions.
do you think it'll be better?
I think I'm going to enjoy Fantastic Four more.
I don't think
hope
it'll
I
be
do.
better.
I hope I do.
I don't
If
love
I
the
don't, I'll be
trailers.
bummed.
I don't love the trailers. I love the cast. I love I love everything about it. It's just the trailers are supposed to really get your excitement up. Superman's did. This one did. That doesn't mean the movie's going to be any. It doesn't mean anything. Right. It just means I'm excited. I'm not as excited. Which I am excited, though.
I keep hearing the clip, then we'll do this as a family. And I'm like, I've heard this like 10 times now. I don't know if it is the same.
Even sounds like a Disney shot real quick. I don't know if I've heard it, but yeah, that's classic.
I'm glad they addressed clobbering time. It's one of my least favorite sayings in comics, and I can't stand when he says it in his comics. So I'm glad, like, not only did they not say it, but they're kind of like trying to make him say it, and he doesn't want to say it. Yeah. I love that.
Like, I kind of hate that decision. Too. Yeah. So, Love, do you think you'll like it more or less than Superman?
I think I'll like it more.
Okay. My question,
dude, if Doctor Doom is even in a post-credit, which I still think he probably is.
If Doom's in it,
if it builds to Doomsday in any way, I might just
erase this podcast.
Shit. I love that type of shit, which just doesn't make a good movie, but it's just what makes me happy.
Right. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. We're actually going to cover Kingdom Come pretty soon here. The Superman comic. Excellent. Really great comic. And then we might figure out a Fantastic Four thing to do. That one got good numbers on Buzzsprout. So we'll maybe do a Fantastic Four comic. We did volume 1 of Hickman's.
Okay.
Well, that's a long run. So yeah, we finished volume 1, man. We got that out there, and great comic run. Anyway, look out for that stuff. Of course, we'll probably do like predictions episodes, and then look out for a Week in Geek for nerd news. There's going to be a lot of nerd news probably coming out. And that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in for our Superman review. We will see you next time.